Having a really good relationship with your siblings is amazing. And once you do have that relationship, there's no ruining it. Regardless, I am more than grateful to say that I have a happy relationship with my sister. Her name is Mari, and this is her story. Mari is currently 18 years old and living a pretty average life, but it's her story that made her the person she is today. Here's some background.
I was born and pretty much raised in Mexico. At least for the first 6 years of my life, I lived with my grandparents, which was a really amazing thing to experience. I really enjoyed being with them, but I don't remember much of it. I wish I could remember more. I came to the United States when I was 6 years old, and I've been here since.
According to her, coming to the United States was a very big step in her life, and she couldn't be more grateful for my parents. Not only did she not speak English, but she got put into a bilingual class and ended up having a normal English class a year later. Once Mari got accustomed to her surroundings, she started thinking about her future. She had a few options, and this is what she has to say about them.
When I was younger, I had so many choices, first of all. I wanted to be a teacher. At one point, I wanted to be a nurse, a pediatrician. There was a lot of things that I wanted to be. But I think when I was younger, the thing I wanted to be the most was to be a teacher. I really enjoyed going to school. I enjoyed learning, and I caught on to things pretty quick. So to me, teaching and learning was such a good, it was like a good thing to me. And I liked being able to teach others. I enjoyed helping others. So that kind of motivated me or made me want to become a teacher.
School was definitely one of those things that helped Mari out a lot. And as the years went on, she made more and more friends, which allowed her to make more memories.
I think the most vivid memories I have are of middle school, because I think middle school they were really important years of my life to me. I feel like that's when I made the most memorable memories. I feel like I learned a lot, and I had a lot of great friendships, which are the things that make it memorable. And I feel like I had very important people in my life during that time. One of the things that I remember the most that's recent though was doing the IB program at my high school, which was Thornton. I went to Thornton for 3 years up to junior year, and at the beginning of junior year I did the IB program, which was really stressful, and I think it had such a big impact on my life because it taught me, it did teach me a lot. And I think that's the thing I remember the most about school.
Mari was actually favored by a lot of teachers, and they helped her out a lot, and they encouraged her to try a little bit more in school. And here's what she thinks about that.
I had a teacher in middle school. He was, I think, one of my biggest role models, and a person that I really wanted to be like as I got older. His name was Mr. Williams, and he was one of my teachers in middle school. I think he impacted my life the most because he was the one that he really pushed me forward. He was the one that always motivated me. He was always proud of my accomplishments. He always taught me that no matter how much you already have, you still gotta keep working for other things. You gotta strive to look outwards more. You gotta try new things. You gotta open your mind and be open to new ideas and just expanding your knowledge on different things. He was always a hardworking person. Even though he was he had already gone to college, and he was already a teacher. He was still working towards bigger goals, and he was investing in other stuff. And it made me really look up to him, because when I was younger, I wanted to be like him, and I wanted to invest in my future, and he was a pretty big role model for me.
Not only did she get support from school, but she also got support from family and friends.
I think the person, or people actually, that have been the kindest to me have been my grandparents from my dad's side. I think they're really special people to me. And like any other grandparent, I guess, they're nice to their grandkids. But I feel like they've always showed that they care, and they've always showed us and showed me love. And I feel like that makes them much more special. I'm so grateful because they played a big role in my childhood. They pretty much took care of me for 6 years when they didn't have to, and they decided to help my parents out and take care of me while they provided for me and looked for better opportunities here in the United States.
She has had many struggles in her life before, but there is always a person who's there for her. Not only has he helped her a lot, but he has taught her a lot of valuable lessons. And here's what she has to say.
I think the person that has had the greatest influence in my life is a friend of mine. His name is, we call him Johnny. His name is Jonathan. He has been in my life pretty much for the majority of the time that I've been here. I met him in 2nd grade, and when I first came, I was 6 years old, so I had just started 1st grade. I didn't have many friends, but I did go to school for that whole year. I finished 1st grade, went to 2nd grade, and then that's when I started making more friends. And he was one of the persons, is it persons or people? He's one of the persons that has stuck around the most. He pushes me to do better. He criticizes the things I do in a positive way. He encourages me to be open to things, you know? And I think he's had the greatest impact in my life because he's the one person that has always been around besides family. Like, I haven't had other people be with me through the ups and downs and everything, like through every accomplishment I've had, every failure that I've had. He's been around, and he's pushed me to become better every single day. I think one of the biggest lessons that he has taught me is to always be there for someone, because people need someone else to be around for them. Ever since I met him, he's pretty much stuck around. He's been there for me. Like I said, he's been there for me through the good and the bad. And I think that I've learned that you could be there for someone, even if it's in the slightest way, like sending someone a text to check up on them, calling to make sure they're good, calling just to see how they are. And I think that's the biggest lesson I've learned from him.
Mari is a very family-oriented person. She always makes sure everybody's having a good time, mostly at family parties, and she just always wants to be around family, and that's something very important. I cannot say this enough because, it is true. She's a very good person, and she deserves the world. So, hopefully, there's someone that will give it to her. And since the holidays are coming up, here's a few things that she likes or enjoys?
I think this time around is my favorite time of the year. I really enjoy Christmas and New Year's. I think those have to be my favorite holidays because us as a family, we're a huge family person. We depend a lot on each other. We get together often. We're just really dependent on each other. So around this time, it's when we're the most connected and when you feel the most love in our family. So it's like really special to me this time of year because we really get to show our love and gratitude towards each other the most. And yeah. Thank you for having me.